So I saw a post today that was talking about the new Young Avengers film is now going to be a TV series, and apparently they're going to be calling them the Champions and not the New Avengers. And I looked at the picture that they posted, and there was a few people, the obvious people in there that you would think that would be in there: Kate Bishop, Cassie Lang, America Chavez, Billy and Tommy, Riri Richardson, Riri Williams, good lord. But there was one person that was in the picture that I feel like is kind of missing, and that's Eli Bradley. Now, they're in the picture, but in the grand scheme of the MCU, this character is missing. He's played by Elijah Richardson, and you probably remember him from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Or you might not remember him because that show came out in 2021. If you are watching this video now, it's 2025. So that was a good little while ago. And he was only in 3 of those episodes and didn't really have a major role in that show outside of being a tease for being the next, Young Avenger, which I did a little bit of research on him from the comics. I normally don't research characters from the comics, but I was like, what is this character actually? And instead of being like, the next Captain America, they call him the Patriot, which, okay, cool. In the show, he was Isaiah Bradley's grandson. And in the comics, he got his powers because he got a blood transfusion from Isaiah, who obviously had the super soldier serum inside of him already from when he was experimented on. And it got me to thinking, like, why isn't the MCU, pushing this character particularly? Like, if he is going to be a part of the Young Avengers, or the Champions, he should have a bigger role, like a Cassie Lang, like an America Chavez, like a Riri Williams, like Casey Bishop, like Cassie Lang, like Miss Marvel. I believe all those characters have been in a movie. They've all been on the big screen. We've seen them fairly recently, or they have their own show, and we can't say the same for Eli Bradley's character. And it did get me thinking, like, man, could he have fit in Captain America 4? Could his character fit? Like, is there a scenario where we go see Captain America 4 and Isaiah does what he does when he tries to kill the president, and his grandson, who already has the super soldier serum inside of him, breaks in and breaks him out of prison? You know what I'm saying? Or he finds out what Sam Wilson is doing, and at first he wants to help Sam, and then eventually he turns on Sam because he's like, no, that's my grandpa. I stand with my grandpa no matter what, and I don't trust the government based on what happened to my grandpa. And I think I want to be fair. I don't want to do this thing where I always look, to the future, and I can go back and question everything wrong that Marvel did. I just feel like if he is going to be a part of this group, he needs to be shown. He needs to be brought up. We need to see him. We need to recognize him. We need to know who he is and care about his character outside of, this was my main complaint about the new Falcon. Like, we briefly saw him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier on the TV show 4 years ago. And then when he was on the big screen, I was like, okay, like, he's cool and all. But I would like to see Eli Bradley's character a little bit more prominently, especially since we're coming to the end of Phase 5, and I don't know what's going to happen in Phase 6. Maybe he gets a little bit more screen time in the Champions. But yeah, let's get Eli Bradley in there. Let's get him some screen time. Let's get him some play time. Get him off the bench. Let's see what he can do as a character. Even like a little post. Wouldn't it have been cool if in the post-credit scene we see him and his grandpa talking, and they're just, talking about, what just happened, and how, even though we like, the new Captain America, you still can't trust the government. And then, the camera zooms out and you see Isaiah Bradley is giving his grandson a blood transfusion, and you can kind of see the super soldier serum going inside of him. Like, that'd have been a cool little post-credit scene, or even at the beginning of the movie, just to establish, like, hey, this guy is here and this is what he can do, and we'll see him a little bit later. But let me know in the comments, how do you feel about the Young Avengers being the champions now? Should Eli Bradley get a little bit more screen time, more TV time, more movie time? And how do you feel about him? Let me know in the comments. Peace.
Thanks for watching, babe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.